Hi, I'm Craig Phillips. Welcome to the second episode of the most frequently asked questions around EPC, which is Energy Performance Certificates. Number 11, what do we check during an EPC inspection? Some of the factors that they will look at will include the size of the property, what and how much insulation it has in it, the property construction type, the lighting which you have, the heating systems in the house and how they are controlled, as well as the ventilation in the property. Number 12, how do I prepare for an EPC certificate? Review building record to determine if any improvements have been made since construction. Higher levels of insulation will result in less heat loss and improve the efficiency. Focus on your roof and windows as they account for 50% of the heat loss in a typical building. Number 13, what evidence is needed for an EPC? Sufficient details must be shown to demonstrate the structure, materials, build form and its age, what levels of insulation it has and the heating and hot water type as well as its fuel. Now, coloured photographs are required for auditing purposes and to provide important evidence to defend you against any complaints. Number 14, what information is required for an EPC? The areas your energy assessor will look at will include the age of construction and the size of the property, primary heating systems including the boiler and heating controls and their energy efficiency, insulation, whether there is cavity wall insulation or loft insulation that's been installed before. Number 15, what will fail an EPC? For existing buildings, there is no pass or fail criteria for an EPC check, so an existing property can't actually fail the EPC. If your property is very inefficient, it will simply give you the lowest rating, which of course is a G. Number 16, how to prove your cavity wall insulation for an EPC inspection. If your cavity walls have been retro-filled, it's usually obvious from the drill marks on the walls. The surveyor will look at these when doing his survey, or you may have a cavity wall certificate which can be used as evidence. Number 17, does your EPC inspector check your boiler? Yes, most certainly. The only thing the assessor is looking for when viewing the boiler is first to identify if it's gas or electric powered. Your assessor is not a qualified gas engineer or an electrician, so we won't be doing anything to the boiler itself except taking a few photographs and checking the boiler plate for all of its details. Question 18, can I calculate my own EPC rating? First and foremost, to calculate up an energy performance certificate, you'll need to be a qualified assessor to carry out the assessment. They will then need to look at many key areas around the home to give you an idea of how much energy is used within the property. Now, hopefully by watching all of our EPC questions and answers episodes, you'll get a better understanding of what you need in your home, how it's measured, and what you can do to improve the ratings. Number 19, does an EPC inspector check your windows? Yes, they will. They'll need to know what type of windows you have. For example, single, double or triple glazed. The age of the windows will be checked. With double glazing, the width of the gap between the window panes will also be measured. Number 20, what causes a bad EPC ratings? Now, if you have one of the following, then your rating is likely to be lower than you might have first expected. No heating or electric heating only. High amounts of poorly insulation in your walls and floor, poor loft insulation that could be decayed or compressed down, or just no evidence of insulation at all. Do hope you've enjoyed our second episode around EPC questions and answers. Don't forget, we've got the first episode out and the third one coming very soon. And remember, for more information about EPCs, check out the website housebuild.co.uk.